Mitchell, hang on, pal. The Bears have had a Daniel Jones at quarterback their entire history. He's nobody.
Justin Fields will play tomorrow. How much? How many snaps? How long he's in there for the Chicago Bears? That's to be determined. I don't think that we need to see a whole lot. I would like to see Fields and the offense go out there, have a clean, crisp couple of series, no more than 12 plays, get on the field, get off of the football field, and to kind of like look at it as we're running through. It's a dry rehearsal for this season. I don't need to see yardage accomplished, goals or touchdowns or anything. Just get a couple of first downs, have it be clean, no false starts, no miscommunication issues with Luke Getsy and the play coming in from the sideline. That's all I need to see tomorrow for Justin Fields in the offense.
Over under 2.5 series for Justin Fields.
I would go under.
Yeah. Could it be 1? I think it could be 1, realistically.
I think it could be 1. I think 2 is probably max. You know, like if you go 2 series, 3 and out, I don't know if I need, like, do you need the positive momentum going forward? Do you need to have them accomplish something tomorrow? I don't know if I need that.
I definitely don't. Like, I don't care what the result is in the preseason. Like I just said to Cap and Crosstalk, the most important thing for me about the preseason is guys going out and just seeing football again. If you throw a pick, whatever, you'll go onto the iPad and you'll see what happened and you'll go over it and you won't do it again, hopefully. Like, I don't care what the result is. If you go out and you go 3 and out twice, whatever, you saw football again. Get him the reps he needs to feel comfortable seeing football again. I don't think it's that many, but it's just about seeing it and tuning up and getting ready for the game day environment and the game day atmosphere. These people who are calling in and talking about it being superstar treatment to only play him a little bit or to not play him in a game at all, or are talking about because of his 5-25 record or the insufficiencies in the passing game, you have to get him time and you have to get him ready to go and get him in rhythm. That's going to happen in the season. If the difference in Justin Fields being ready to be an NFL quarterback is 30 pass attempts in the preseason, bad news, guys. He ain't the guy then.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And that's why I was, just after 10 o'clock when we were talking with Cap, I was trying to clarify the conversation. I'm not saying he shouldn't play at all. He should play a little.
Yeah.
But the outcome of them being on the field, I don't think has anything to do with him actually performing at a high level in season once we get to week 1. I don't think, if you see him go 5 for 5, a couple of drives, they score a touchdown, I don't think that'll make any impact on them playing well against the Packers. What's going to impact them playing well against the Packers is going out against the Packers in week 1 and playing well.
This is what drives me nuts about the preseason overreactions, too. And I know Monday morning, we'll get it. It'll be people, if Fields goes out and he's got 2 3 and outs and those are his only 2 drives, boy, I'm really concerned Fields couldn't move the ball in the first preseason game. Like last night, we see today, C.J. Stroud, already questions. Did the Texans screw the pickup because he's holding on to the ball too long, takes a bad sack, throws a bad interception? That stuff's going to happen, and you just can't worry about results in preseason games. You have to take them out of your mind. All you're doing in a preseason game is getting a reminder of what the speed is, getting into the atmosphere of going to the stadium, having a game day experience, and seeing live football, competitive football happen in front of you again. It does not matter what mistakes happen, what plays go wrong. You can't get married to the results. You're right. The only thing that matters is week 1.
And that's why today there are 6 preseason games in the National Football League. Tomorrow there are 6 preseason games. Bears and Titans, you can listen to the game right here on ESPN 1000, your new flagship home for Bears football. Tomorrow at noon, you can hear the game right here. On the NFL Network, after the Bears and the Titans game airs, you can then watch the Jets and the Panthers. I'm interested in watching that game so I can see Bryce Young in that situation that we saw C.J. Stroud in last night. C.J. Stroud looked really bad. I'm not comparing C.J. Stroud to every other vet quarterback that's out there. I want to compare him to Bryce Young. If Bryce Young shows up and looks really good in a couple of drives, maybe a full quarter of action against the Jets, that will start to form my opinion on what Young can do once we get to the regular season. Yeah. I think preseason is necessary for rookies. Tomorrow for the Bears, Tyler Scott. I want to see what he looks like. the 2 tackles that Poles drafted on the defensive line. I want to see the way they look. Darnell Wright on the offensive line. I want to see how he looks tomorrow. I don't need to see Justin Fields do something incredible tomorrow against the Titans to know that he's going to be the starting quarterback this year. Like we saw, like the thing that really frustrates me about this entire conversation, the only reason the Bears were in games last year in some of those contests were because of the quarterback.
Yep.
The only reason. The defense was one of the worst in the NFL. At times, the offensive line had problems. He was starting wide receivers who are usually your 5th and 4th guy on the depth chart as your number 1 in games in December. I know it was brought up yesterday with Waddle and Sylvia. Adam Johns pointed out that, like, you remember, go back to the Eagles game, the Buffalo Bills game. Those games were somewhat competitive because of the quarterback. The rest of the team was trash.
Exactly.
They were intentionally trying to improve their draft situation, and the quarterback was keeping them around. So now Ryan Poles goes out in the offseason and improves every single level of this team. And you think that Fields needs to go improve it in the preseason? Come on now.
Right. And
we saw it last year.
It's got nothing to do with, of course, Fields has flaws. My point has always just been getting him 20 extra snaps in a preseason game is not going to be the answer to fixing the flaws. It's not going to be the answer to the development. I'm not saying the preseason as a whole is unimportant. You mentioned Tyler Scott. I want to see Darnell Wright. I want to see Yannick Ngakoue get a couple snaps and see just how impactful he is coming off the edge. I want to watch Javon Dexter at defensive tackle. There's been word that he struggles getting off the ball at camp, issues with the pad level. I want to see him in a game environment try to make an impact. The rookies, I always want to watch. All of that stuff is incredibly important. And in some cases, you have position battles that'll play out. You have guys that are fighting to get jobs. That's what the preseason's for. Watching the quarterback and analyzing the results and getting him enough snaps to develop doesn't crack the top 20 of things I'm looking for in a preseason game.
Comment in the Twitch chat, just because Justin was the best player on a team doesn't invalidate that he needs to improve. Yeah, he needs to improve. Absolutely. But this isn't a rookie quarterback where we're questioning whether or not he should be a starter in the NFL.
This isn't
the improvement is back end starter to middle of the pack to being an elite starter. We need to see the transition into becoming an elite starter. He is the starter. We know what he can accomplish. Now, how much better will he get? And I don't think you find that out in the preseason.
And this also isn't a Patriots situation where if Bailey Zappi shows out in the preseason, we've got trouble on our hands because we don't know who our starting quarterback is. This isn't a San Francisco situation where you're trying to decide between 3 guys who could be the starting quarterback of a team. This is your Chicago Bears. Your QB1 is solidified. There's no question. And if anything happens to him, your season's over.
All right, Shay, door 1 or door 2? Door 1 or door 2? What would you like me to go to here? Door 1 or door 2?
I'm going to say door 1.
Door 1? All right, we are going to door 1. Oh, there he is. Mitchell in Des Plaines. Hello, Mitchell.
Hey, how's it going? This whole idea about the preseason, it's not like Justin Fields, is this elite quarterback that set the world on fire with his statistics last season. Of all the more reason he should be on at least a half a game or at least, 2 quarters, to really get his rhythm down. And, his weaknesses is an insufficient passer. And the fact of the matter is that the defenses in the NFL are so much faster than they were at Ohio State. He's in his 3rd year, and you're seeing what I call consistent cycles with his game. And he has flawed because based on his flawed mechanics in the throwing motion. So if you want to take the division and you want to lead the division and you want to lead the conference and you want to go down the rabbit hole of all these accolades, well, first you got to start winning games. And, I would not say that he had a successful training camp or his OTAs. I say it's probably a work in progress.
Okay.
But if you're going to give him this, what I call, just add water, he's the MVP, you're delusional. And it's not accurate because,
who's calling Mitchell? Hang on. Who's calling him MVP?
Oh, no.
No, my point is this, okay? Shay, when you talked about the other day about basically you're comparing Daniel Jones and you're talking about Kirk Cousins, you had the temerity to go after Daniel Jones and to teach some kind of like throwaway quarterback. I would love to have a Daniel Jones on the Bears with these two.
Whoa.
Mitchell, he's not that much better than Justin Fields.
Mitchell, the Bears
At
have
this
had,
moment.
the Bears have had a Daniel
You're out of your
Jones.
mind.
Mitchell, hang on, pal. The Bears have had a Daniel Jones at quarterback their entire history. He's nobody. He's not special.
Okay,
He
okay,
ain't
let me ask
special,
you,
man.
okay?